Hi guys, so what we're going to do today is enhancing enterprise security. So, introduction. Welcome to the Enhancing Enterprise Security Practice Lab. In this module, you will be provided with the instructions and devices needed to develop your hands-on skills. So, learning outcomes. In this module, you will complete the following exercise. Exercise 1, Linux server hardening techniques, and exercise 2, Windows server hardening techniques. After completing this module, you should be able to harden a Linux server, manage a Linux firewall, harden a Windows server, and lastly, manage a Windows server firewall. Exam objectives. The following exam objectives are covered in this module. Given a scenario, modify enterprise capabilities to enhance security. Firewall, operating system security, and lastly, implementation of secure protocol. Lab durations. It will take approximately 1 hour to complete this lab. So click next. So lab topology. During your session, you will have access to the following lab configuration. Depending on the exercise, you may or may not use all of the devices, but they are shown here on the layouts to get an overall understanding of the topology of the lab. So ACI DC01, ACI DM01, ACI Win11, ACI Alma, and ACI Kali. So click next. So exercise 1, Linux server hardening techniques. A cybersecurity specialist needs to evaluate the security posture of devices on the network and remediate detected vulnerabilities. Specific service, for example, SSH run on the default ports. This might be an attack surface and a possible vulnerability. In this exercise, a Linux server will be hardened by reducing the attack surface on the server. So, learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to harden a Linux server, manage a Linux firewall. So, these are devices you will be using in this lab. Please power this on now. ACI DC01 and ACI Alma. So, task 1. Harden a Linux server. The SSH service runs by default on port 22 and may be a possible attack vector for a cybercriminal. In this task, hardening techniques will be applied to a Linux server to reduce the attack surface on the server. So connect to ACI Alma. Hmm. So again, if the device is not working, try to reboot it.
Uy, kuya, mag-almusal na, kuya.
Okay, so once the ACI Alma opens, select the terminal from the activities menu. Step 2. In the terminal windows, type the following. So if you can just copy it as what we are doing. So since it's not working, you need to type it manually. So sudo vim. So if you're not sure, again, how, just right click the picture and open it. So vim space slash etc vim slash space slash etc slash ssh slash sshd underscore config. Enter your password. Enter. So note, the SSHD config file contains the configuration settings for the SSH service. This file can be modified to harden the security settings on the server. So, um, in the Vim text editor, enter the following. Where? Again, if you're not sure, just right click this. Oh shoot. Okay, so step 3. In the Vim text editor, enter the following semicolon set number. Okay. Then note, executing the command in the Vim text editor will display the line numbers in the file, making it easier to find specific entries. In the Vim editor, locate the line 21 and press I. Line 21. And press I. Modify the entry in the following to the following. So port 1155. So note, by default, the SSH service runs on port 22. Changing it to a different port will reduce the attack surface on the server. So in the Vim text editor, locate line 40. So in the line 40, modify the entry of the following. So permit root login no. Then note, by default, the root account can be used to remotely access the server, and this is a possible security vulnerability. Modifying this specific entry will restrict the root account from being able to connect remotely. So in the Vim text editor, locate line 42. Modify the entry to the following. So max auth tries 3. So, no, changing the specified entry will limit the amount of times an incorrect password can be entered. In this case, it will be restricted to 3 times. So, locate the line 43. Modify the entry to the following. So, max sessions 3. So note, changing the specified entry will limit the amount of remote sessions to the server, ensuring that only authorized servers can access the server. So in the Vim editor, press escape and enter the following. WQ and press enter. So in the terminal window, enter the following for step 9. Sudo se manage space port dash a dash t space ssh underscore port underscore t space port underscore t space dash p space tcp 1155. So if you're not sure, open this. So my space. Hit enter, then password. So note, the default port for the SSH service was changed to 1155. To ensure connectivity, the new port needs to be specified. So step 10, the terminal window, type the following. So sudo firewall dash cmd space dash dash zone. If you're not sure, equals public dash dash add dash port space 1155 slash tcp space dash dash permanent. Then hit enter. So step 11, in the terminal window, type the following: sudo firewall dash cmd space dash dash space reload. Tama? Uh, just to make sure. Nope, there's no space. Enter. So step 12, in the terminal window, type the following. So sudo firewall dash cmd space dash dash zone equals public dash dash list dash ports, and hit enter. Note, the newly allocated port for the SSH service needs to be opened through the firewall to ensure remote connectivity. So sudo system ctl restart sshd. Enter. So in the terminal window, step 14, type the following. So sudo system ctl status sshd. So note, the SSHD service needs to be restarted to ensure the changes that were made are applied. From the result, it can be seen that the SHSD service is listening on port 115, indicating the changes were applied successfully. So close the terminal window. So connect to ACIDC for step 15. So right click to the start charm and select Windows PowerShell admin. So in the administrator window PowerShell Windows, type the following. So ssh-p 1155 ACI admin at 192.168.0.4. Then enter. So when prompted, type yes and press enter. So step 17, enter the following password. Then successful remote connection to the ACI LMA was established using the new port specified. Type the following in the Windows PowerShell window. Exit. Then hit enter. Close the administrator Windows PowerShell. Then task 2. Linux device have a firewall application installed by default, but the graphical user interface is not enabled. In this task, a Linux device firewall graphical user interface will be enabled. So in the activities menu, select terminal. So step 2, Type the following: sudo dnf install firewall dash config dash y. Enter. When prompted, put the password. So step 3. Select activities in the top left hand corner. Step 4. Select show applications. Where's that? So step 5, in the type search bar, type the following: firewall. Then click the firewall application. Then step 6, type the password. Then authenticate. In step 7, click OK on the error pop-up window. In the firewall configuration window, select the ports tab. On ports. Then step 8, in the open ports on the device are displayed the firewall configuration. Application can be used to manage the device's firewall instead of using the device terminal windows. So close the firewall configuration window, then close the terminal. So next. Exercise 2. Windows Server Hardening Techniques. A cybersecurity specialist needs to evaluate the security posture of devices on the network and remediate detected vulnerabilities. Windows servers can be hardened by implementing policies to ensure best practice are applied. In this exercise, group policies will be applied to harden and protect Windows Server. Learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to harden a Windows Server, manage a Windows Server firewall, your devices. So you will be using two of the following devices in this lab. Please power this on now, which is ACIDC01 and ACIDM01. So task 1. Harden a Windows server. In this task, policies will be applied to harden a Windows server. Step 1. Connect to ACIDC01. In the server manager, select Tools and click Group Policy Management. So step 2. In the Group Policy Management Windows, expands Forest, aciplab.com, domains, aciplab, and select Default Domain Policy. Where's that? Huh?
Oh! Oh! Ano yan?
Hmm? In the Group Policy Management console pop-up window, click OK. So step 3. Right-click the default domain policy and select Edit. So step 4, in the group policy management editor, expand computer configuration policies. Then Windows settings, and then security settings, and select account policies. Step 5. In account policies, double click password policy. Step 6. In the password policy pane, right click on maximum password. Maximum password age and select properties. So step 7. In the maximum password age properties windows, change the password will expired in field the following. So 7. Click OK. Note, changing the maximum password age to 7 days will ensure the user must change their password every 7 days. Depending on the company's policies, this can be changed accordingly. In the password policy pane, right-click on minimum password length and select properties. So step 9. Change the value for the password must be at least filled to the following. So we're going to change it into 10. Then click OK. Note, the length of a user password can be specified, ensuring that users will create strong passwords and prevent brute force attack. So step 10, the left pane, select account lookout policy. So right click account lookout threshold and select property. And properties. So step 12, change the value for the account will not lock out field to the following. So 5. Click OK. So step 13, click OK on the suggested value change pop-up window. So OK. So note, changing the account lockout threshold properties automatically changes the values for the account lockup duration, reset account lockout counter after, and allow administrator account lockout. Policies. Applying these policies will ensure the account will be locked out after 5 failed login attempts, resulting in the account being locked for 10 minutes. These policies are used to prevent brute force attacks and the domain accounts of user. So close all open windows. So that's two. Manage a Windows Server firewall. Windows Server is packaged natively with a software-based firewall. The Microsoft Defender firewall can be used to open and close ports and allow or block specific applications. In this task, the Microsoft Defender firewall will be used to allow a specific application through the firewall. So connect to ACID M01. So type the following in the type here to search text box. So Windows Defender firewall. So select Windows Defender firewall in the Vest Match window. So step 2, in the Windows Defender firewall window, select allow an app or feature through Windows Defender firewall on the left pane. Um, so step 3, In the Allow apps to communicate through Windows Defender Firewall window, scroll down and enable the Performance Log and Alerts tick box. Ensure to enable the domain tick box. So click OK. Note, the Windows Defender Firewall can be used to allow specific applications through the firewall. A cybersecurity specialist can monitor the applications that are allowed through the firewall, and disable apps are not required to have access through the firewall. So select Advanced Settings in the Windows Defender Firewall window. So step 5, in the Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security window, select Windows Defender Firewall properties in the middle pane. Huh? So on the Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security pop-up window, click Customize in the Logging section. So step 7, on the Customize Logging settings for the domain profile, pop-up window, enable the following drop-down menus. So log drop pockets, yes. Then log successful connection, yes. Then click OK. So note, the logging of packets through the Windows firewall is not enabled by default. After enabling the logging, a cybersecurity specialist will be able to analyze the logs collected, which can be used to determine if there is any malicious activities occurring on the device. So step 8, click on the Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security pop-up window. Okay. So step 9, on the Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security, expand monitoring and select firewall. Oh, firewall. Step 10, in the firewall option of the monitoring menu, the inbound and outbound connections can be viewed. A cybersecurity specialist can use this information to monitor the connection to the device. Close the Windows Defender Firewall security with Advanced Security window. So close the Windows Defender Firewall to keep all devices that you have powered in their current state, and proceed to the review section. So review. Well done. You have completed the Enhancing Enterprise Security Practice Lab. So yay. So you have completed the following exercise. Exercise 1, Linux Server Hardening Techniques, and Linux or Exercise 2, Windows Server Hardening Techniques. You should now be able to harden a Linux server, manage a Linux firewall, harden a Windows server, and manage a Windows Server firewall. So your feedback is important to us. So submit feedback and shut down all virtual machines using this tab. Alternately, you can log out of the lab platform. Done!